I'm going to talk about the flop shot now. It's probably the most overused shot in the game. A lot of amateur golfers enjoy playing it, and when it comes off, it's fantastic. You look like Phil Mickelson. You know, you can imagine everybody around the green cheering and clapping when the ball lands by the green. Unfortunately, the reality is it's not that easy to play. There's a very small margin for error. So what we've got to do, if we're going to play it, you have to commit to the shot. You have to have a good technique, and you have to make sure that when you strike the ball, you're in the perfect position to do so. So I'm going to go through the steps that you need in order to make sure that you get that technique right. The first thing, just with all the short game shots, you need to get your setup right. Open up your stance so that your feet are aiming left of the target. Your left hip is drawn back, your left foot is drawn back, so that your feet look like they're aiming to the left of the target. You then lay the club in, gripping slightly down the club possibly. The club is laid open, and what I mean by that is the club lays almost on its back, so the ball will fly steeper when you've increased the loft on the club. Okay, normally there the ball will fly at this angle. When you open up the club, the ball flies on a much steeper flight. When you set up then, you open the club, lay it down, and then grip the club square. The mistake that a lot of amateurs make is when they set up, they lay the club down and open the club. Now the hands are in the wrong position. So the first thing you do is lay the club down, then grip it square from there. Now from here, what we're going to do is swing the club very slightly outside the line, following almost the line of the feet. You cock the wrists, and by that I mean you set the club at 90 degrees quite early, and then all we do from here is you don't move the hands again. You just turn through with the chest, you keep the club open at strike, bouncing the club off the deck, and then when you come through, you almost feel like there's a glass of champagne or expensive red wine on the club face there. So you hold the club face open. If you rotate the hands through like this, you're taking the loft off the club, and it's unlikely that the ball's going to fly in that high drop-in flight. The most important thing from this side is that when you set up, the weight needs to be on your left-hand side. Seve always says that he keeps his centre over the ball, and then the weight stays on the left side, so he's not moving back and forwards. It's crucial that you set up with almost 65-70% of the weight on the left foot, and you keep it there throughout the shot so that you're not moving back and forwards. If you do that, what's going to happen is the club will move and you'll be hitting here and here. The important thing is when you actually strike it, you need to strike exactly at the point where the ball is. And the strike itself, you play by bouncing the club off the deck. You just bounce the club. You don't dig in with the leading edge. You don't fall back. You bounce the club off the deck, keeping the weight on your left side. So let's give that a go. It's a high risk shot, but if you get it right, you're going to score well.